My name is Suman Bolar. I am 45 years old. I've been a writer all my life. I've been writing since I was 5. I have been a food writer. I also consult to companies on how they can speak to their customers. I have 2 kids. They're not kids anymore. I have 2 dogs, a cat, a husband. I do a lot of things with my life. I love reading, I love gardening, I love swimming, I love food. I help run a school. I read 3 books every 2 days. I do a lot with my life, and I suffer from clinical depression. I first went to a psychiatrist because my gynecologist recommended it during my pregnancy, and I was given medication which I took quite happily. It seemed very acceptable for me to be suffering from depression during pregnancy because I knew I was going through hormonal changes. Had the baby and then felt much better, so I went off my medication. For most of my life, up until that point and thereafter, I thought that how I felt was normal. I thought that everybody felt that way. But as I grew older and interacted with more and more people, I realized that it didn't seem normal to feel the kind of burden and weight of unhappiness that I was feeling, because there was nothing overtly wrong in my life. I was a party animal. I had and have loads of friends. I'm very sociable. I do 100 different things with my life. I wasn't sitting in a corner and moping. I wasn't whining all the time. A decade later, I know that my perception at the time and people's perceptions even now of how somebody suffering from a mental illness is supposed to behave are completely wrong. They couldn't be further off base than anything else. I was very resistant to the idea of medication. Almost 10 years. I tried everything I possibly could to stay off medication. In the first place, I told myself and anyone who would listen that the reason I was feeling the way I was feeling had nothing to do with me. The reason lay outside of me. So it was either prepartum blues, postpartum blues, stress, husband, child rearing, whatever. So I didn't accept that there was something within me that was creating a problem. Therefore, I didn't need medication. At the same time, I knew I wasn't feeling as good as I could be feeling. And so I tried 100 other things. I tried Reiki, I tried past life regression therapy, in which I was told I was a Danish princess and that's why I was unhappy. I tried hypnotherapy, Bach flower remedies, yoga, aerobic exercise, something called color aura treatment. Did a lot of different things, spent a lot of money, time and effort on them. I was finally dragged off to hospital by my husband and I was too apathetic to care, and I was given a choice at that time. It was either medication or be hospitalized. I had at the time 2 young children, and so I chose the medication. My doctor, at a time when I felt I had absolutely no power, no choice over what was happening to me, my doctor gave me the names of several medications, told me to do my own research and to come back to him and tell him which one I wanted to take. I felt very empowered. He gave me the choice at a time when I felt I didn't have a choice, and I felt like I had some part to play. I had a choice in my own treatment. I was participating in my own treatment, and for that I will always be grateful. I don't think that being prescriptive and saying, here, take this, is the way to go. Therapy for me has been about unlearning the habits of, in my case, of almost a lifetime, habits of how you react to people, how you react to situations, how you think about situations. Therapy has helped me unlearn some of those habits which are really no longer necessary because my brain is functioning perfectly well right now. So therapy for me, I would actually recommend very, very highly even to people who are not mentally ill, because it gives you a grounding, it gives you a sounding board. Your friends don't cut it because they are biased towards you. They are biased by their own life experiences. You need to speak to a trained professional who can help you negotiate the path of self-discovery and self-awareness. Like I said before, self-awareness is not always the sharpest when you're mentally ill. It's not the sharpest even when you're healthy. You need somebody else to give you that insight, and that is what has helped me hugely in reframing my life experiences. I've described my experience of living with depression as living behind glass. I could see all the fabulous things in my life, but I couldn't reach out and touch them. I knew I was supposed to be happy about them and contented and pleased with them, but I couldn't reach out and touch them. And if you can't experience fully those things, you don't feel the way you should be feeling. So to me, recovery means being a part of my life, being immersed in my life, being able to fully participate in everything that life has to offer. If you're considering speaking up, I would advise you to ask yourself whether you are hesitant because you fear what other people will think of you. The answer to that question is yes, you are only remaining silent because you are afraid. I would suggest that you speak up. There may be other reasons that you choose not to speak up. Maybe you're a shy person, maybe you're an introvert, maybe you don't want to worry family. Those, to my mind, are acceptable. But if the only thing holding you back is fear, say your piece, because the truth will set you free.